Research shows that women who deal with infertility have the same level of psychological stress as those women dealing with chronic pain, HIV, and even cancer. So when I read that on an article, I was kind of blown away. I never would have thought to compare my level of stress to someone that has chronic illnesses or even cancer. But I guess the things that they have in common are that they're kind of unavoidable. And, you know, the thing about stress is it does so much harm to your body, but stress in itself is so unavoidable, and you really have to like try to relieve it. You can't just think to yourself, okay, I'm done stressing out. Like you actually have to do things and take action against stress. So today's video, I wanted to talk about my 5 tips to relieve stress when it comes to infertility. This obviously could be for any kind of stress, but because my channel is solely focused on infertility, and a lot of you guys that are subscribed to me have the same issues, I thought it was important to share what I do to kind of combat the stress of infertility. And I just wanted to share with you guys some things that I am currently doing or have done that work for me. So if you're new to my channel, then my name is Anna, and I'd love to have you subscribe. Right now, my channel mostly focuses on trying to conceive. So if you're interested in that, just subscribe to my channel before you leave. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so my very first tip is to join a forum. Now, there's so many avenues and forums you can go on online. Even maybe locally, if you check around your area, you may have like the meetings, so-called, for infertility. I personally find forums just to be easier for me because I don't necessarily have the extra time to go to any kind of meeting. But if I can just suggest one that I personally like, I really love the Baby Center community. For them, they have a lot of different ones that you can go into. There's the main one of just called Getting Pregnant. And there's also one that I'm in called Actively Trying the Next Level. So that's for people who are kind of in my boat and some of your guys' boat that are doing IVF, IUI, things like that to try to get pregnant. And all these women in there, there's tons of stories. These women are from all over the world and sharing their stories, offering advice, things that they've done, just kind of sharing. To me, I just find that it helps relieve my stress because I can finally connect to people and just from anywhere who are going through all kinds of different things. And it helps me to kind of get my stuff out there and to get feedback and to give feedback, because if I can ever help someone, to me, it relieves a little bit of my stress that I have. The next one that I have is very basic, very simple, but it's probably one of the hardest things to do, and that is to relax. I get that it's easier said than done. Obviously, I already have a child at home, so I can't just say goodbye to the world and just relax on my own. Like, I have to kind of make time. I have to kind of take advantage of the time that my husband is home, and or nap time even, which she's 3.5, so naps are kind of becoming like an obsolete thing that doesn't happen anymore. But try to take advantage, if you can, of any time you might have, even if it's like your lunch break from work and you're at the house to yourself for an hour, or if your husband's home watching a movie, be like, take this kid, let me go relax. And there's 2 ways that I choose to relax whenever I have time that I can kind of sneak away. The first one is infertility yoga. Now, I'm not sure how I came across this. It wasn't recommended to me, but back when a friend of mine was pregnant, I think this is when I found it. I helped her and we kind of did like pregnancy yoga with her because she was having a lot of pain. And then when I wasn't getting pregnant, I just kind of like thought about it and like looked it up on YouTube, and there are tons and tons of videos. I will link some that I like down below. I do a lot of the same ones over and over again. Honestly, I don't know that it actually helps you like conceive a baby, but it is very, very relaxing. And so I just take 20 minutes of my time to do it, and honestly, it makes me feel so much better. It's just that time of being quiet and listening to the instructor talk and breathing and moving your body, and honestly, it does help relieve a lot of stress. That's probably my number one thing that I prefer to do if I have time. And then the second thing that I do is just a very basic bubble bath. I don't have time for baths hardly anymore, so when I get them, they're definitely a treat. And I do want to tell you guys what I've been using in my bath. I've been using this Epsom salt by Dr. Teal's. This one is the eucalyptus and spearmint one. It's more for easy, or it eases aches and soreness and muscle pains, and it says it relaxes the body and relieves the mind. There's different kinds that you can get, but I am a really big fan of eucalyptus, and I liked the idea of kind of relaxing your body. So this one's actually really good. I haven't opened this one yet, but I finished my other one, and I'm obsessed with this. You know, the great thing about it is that in the bath, it's my time. I take my laptop in there, lay it down, watch my show, sit there in my bath, and I'm just like not thinking about anything, not worrying about anything else, but having a clear head, and that just helps so much. The next thing is called the 20-minute rule. I had to kind of implement this because I find that for me personally, going through infertility, I talk about it a lot. I talk about everything to do with being pregnant, what it's like when we get pregnant, baby names, or different things we can do to help us get pregnant. My husband and I are just constantly conversing, to where the past few months, a lot of our talk at night when we're eating dinner or watching a movie, it's all talking about infertility, which I think does more harm than good. There are certain things you have to talk about with infertility, like when you're making decisions or something's happening. Obviously, I don't mean those times. I just mean like more of the casual conversations. So the 20-minute rule means that you only allow yourself 20 minutes to talk about infertility. And if you're not talking about infertility, this could also mean like 20 minutes of writing in your journal about it. Just give yourself 20 minutes to get the feelings out there and get what you're gonna say said, so that the rest of your night or the rest of your day, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Number 4 is music. This might kind of seem silly to some people, but to someone like me, music is very important in my life. And I just find that music can kind of help you cope with almost anything, because there's literally music for every situation and everything going on through life. So if you need to be happy and you need an uplifting mood, turn on one of your favorite songs, a throwback song. I don't really care what song, whatever song makes you feel good. I personally like some of my weddings playlist. And of course, if you're in the mood where you want to cry, there's music for that too. Play a sad song about anything that'll make you cry, just to get those feelings out. I just feel like you need to take a drive and listen to music. Go do that. You know, whatever you can do, especially if music's as important to you as it is to me. Music gets me through a lot of things in my life. It's gotten me through breakups and fights with friends and family and studying for tests I swear I'm gonna fail. Like, music just is so important to me, so I find this very helpful in relieving stress. The last one is something that I think you might think is silly, but it actually is very important, and it is treating yourself, because you deserve it. Honestly, I don't feel like anyone should ever have to deal with infertility and wanting a baby and not being able to have one. So if you're stressing out and you're having, you know, issues with infertility, just take a moment or a day or an hour to go get yourself a facial, get yourself a pedicure, you know, go buy that new blouse you want for work or whatever it might be. Honestly, this kind of helps, because whenever I buy something for myself, I don't care if it's just a new nail polish, I just kind of feel better. I don't know what it is about it, but it's not being selfish. Like, I don't see it as like being selfish, but everyone dealing with this deserves a treat every once in a while, even if it's like once every paycheck, once a month. Go see a movie by yourself. Like, that's like my favorite thing to do. There are some times where I have an afternoon off and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the movies by myself, because I really enjoy that. So whatever you can do to treat yourself, whatever you like, I don't care if it's just a 25-cent piece of candy at the gas station, like whatever you can do to really treat yourself and just tell yourself like how much you deserve it, I think that just honestly will help a ton. So those are my 5 tips for dealing with stress with infertility. Obviously, I know that you can't 100% alleviate stress, because if we could, we all would do it. But I hope some of these tips help you guys. If you're wondering about where you can get the Epsom bath salt, I just picked it up at my local grocery store, like in the section where they have like, what do you call it, like the pharmacy area. I'm not 100% sure where else you can buy it, because I've only ever purchased it there, but I'm sure somewhere like Target would have it. Let me know if you guys do any of these tips already. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you guys have any suggestions for me or anyone else on my channel, please leave a comment down below with how you alleviate stress so that we all can kind of see, and there's more options down in the comments below. But that's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.